guys, it's Steffi. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you stick around. So if you're unaware of this, there's a big fight, argument, war in Chile going on, as well as Spain, probably other countries as well, between taxi and Uber, Cabify, Beat. So the short version of this is that the taxis feel that the Ubers and the other companies are stealing their customers as well as their money, obviously, because taxis has to pay taxes, okay? And the Ubers don't pay taxes because it's an online app. But obviously customers is going to prefer Uber because it's a lot cheaper, and also you know what you're going to pay for. With taxis you don't always know what you pay for because that meter keeps on running and running, and my butt goes like this, like, oh my gosh, how much am I going to pay? So technically Uber is against the law, right, because of the fact that they don't pay taxes. So the government is also not really for Uber since they don't pay taxes. Obviously Uber, Cabify, Beat, you name it, all of those kind of companies. Now, I do feel bad for the taxi drivers because they also have to put food on their table and they're doing an honest job. But in my opinion, I will still prefer Uber. One, it's cheaper. Two, the Uber drivers are usually way more friendly than the taxi drivers. In my experience, the taxi drivers is not very friendly. It's almost like they make you feel like they're doing you a favor. And in my opinion, that I experience on the daily basically, is that there's not always taxis around. If you live anywhere a little bit out of town, there's no taxis around. So what do? You call an Uber. Sure, I suppose you can call a taxi, but they're gonna probably charge you double the price. Now, obviously, in big cities like Santiago, for example, there's a lot more options. You don't have to use Uber or taxi, you can use the subway or buses or all those kind of things. But this was very interesting to me when I came to Chile, and the more I read about it, I saw it's also in Spain, and I'm gonna tell you about it now. So I told you there's this big fight between the Uber and the taxis, right? So the taxis actually came in uprising, not only in Chile, but also in Spain. In Spain, the taxis actually blocked the whole highway full of their taxis just to prove a point and kind of like, you know, to get the government to stop people from using Uber. And similar things are happening in Chile. The taxi drivers are coming in uprising, they're having banners, they're toy-toying, that's a word we use in South Africa, but they're having protests. My fiance told me this story that Uber drivers have told her, which is very scary for the Uber driver, is that taxis will actually crash into the car of the Uber and also follow them sometimes, and once they're stopped, who knows what happens. Now, don't be scared. I'm gonna tell you about the reality of using Ubers in Chile, in my experience, right? There's two things. One, Uber drivers will tend to tell you, please come and sit in the front seat, basically to hide the fact that they are not an Uber, right? That they're like a friend picking you up or something like that. And number two, try to order your Uber away from where there's a lot of taxis, like for example at the airport, maybe at the mall. There tends to be a lot of taxis like waiting around to pick people up. So try to order your Uber away from that, like on a side street, or that sounds sketchy, but away from where all the taxis are. Now, not all taxis are crooks, and I'm gonna tell you about this, but they are more expensive in general. Number one, if you are a tourist and you speak anything except Spanish, they may take chances with you. They may charge you a whole lot more. Number two, I would stay away from all of the taxis that stands outside of the airport and the bus stops, because they are the ones that may charge you way extra and take chances with you if you speak anything except Spanish, or they see that you're a tourist and then you open your mouth and you sound like a foreigner. They may charge you more. Not everybody, but some of them. Number three, so I'm going to refer to an article. So there was this guy that came to Santiago and he took a taxi at the airport, and the taxi tried to scam him, and the guy realized this and told the taxi driver, like, hey, what's up, you're charging me way more than you're supposed to. The taxi driver actually attacked him with a wooden stick. Now, don't be scared, maybe just a little, but don't be scared, because in general it's so safe. You can take taxis, you can take Ubers, you can take buses and feel very safe. But obviously there's gonna be that instance where something really bad happens, and that's why, to be safe, if you're a tourist, stay away from that. Or just pay double the amount that you're supposed to pay. I hope I didn't scare you guys too much, but it was very interesting to me at least, and I hope to you too. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Goodbye, have a good one.